isn't really like his armor is kind of low. He can get killed very easily by the right clicks from either a shaman and a bloodseeker. The blood rage shaman throwing out ether shocks and right clicks that adds up very quickly.
You're bullied out. I mean, one ether shock at a point of the game is going to be pretty much half the health of the Weaver. You say with those sort of buff ups. So let's see. This is game 2 of Liquid versus Fnatic. Liquid were able to take game 1 of this 2-game series. It was very back and a game that did start with Fnatic having a significant lead off the back of the laning stage.
Look at Liquid's expecting it. Liquid's expecting the 3-man top. Yep. So they're sending my control top as the Omni Knight, and we do see, like we were mentioning, Fnatic is going to bring 3-star top. Because Wraith King, like, you want to play around this hero at level 1 because you look, he has 4, 5, 6, maybe even more stuns coming out from him at this early level if you pop your mangoes, of course. You can put on so much pressure, get lots of kills in the early game. Just hiding in the trees to make sure. I'm so glad we actually get to see the Clinks nice and early. I was actually asking a bunch of players before today and yesterday, just what's the build? Because we've been seeing people talk about a lot of different builds. We've seen the Medallion into Hex. I've seen some Deso rushes. I've seen some Orchid rushes. So I'm intrigued to see what we do see out from this hero.
Already in the mid lane. That's Miracle with a 29 APM Arbed. I believe he was only on single digits. Him at 9. It's not bidding well in the middle. Is it the double digits now? Now APM at 10.
This ain't no snowball fight.
We go. Fnatic. We're both going to grab 2 of the runes each. I'm going to kick off as of yet. But these lanes, as you say, you know, this is Liquid sort of reading what Fnatic's going to do. Are we going to see sort of Fnatic then respond to that? Are they going to try and force to get this aggressive lane against?
I mean, they just wanted to secure the tri-lane initially. I think we're going to just see Pi moving around the map based off what he sees from Liquid's heroes. And Kuro's going to start mid, throw some harassment onto Abed, and then that's where Pi will react. So he's just going to follow Kuroki's movements.
Oh, some people in chat actually don't asking what APM means. It means all chat per minute. It's our new counter to keep on track of which team is using the BM.
Oh, Miracle. He might just be dead.
He's dead.
A fairy fire. Oh!
First blood.
All right, Kuro's tried to come out. Kuro's got to be careful.
Kuro?
I mean, Arbit's just going to start right-clicking him down and back off.
They dewarded the mid-ward too. Pi came in with a sentry, so they got that as well as the kill. So, Miracle started with a Wraith Band, by the way. Going for that straight Aquila rush, even if it's on the Huskar. We've been talking about Aquila being like that super powerhouse item you get on most solo.
So this is going to be a tough lane for Emily. They're leaving him on his own. He's going to get punished, right? They've got a sentry down, Liquid.
Oh, he's not going to get like anything down here. He'll get some last hits with his right click, but Chikuching through the wave is very scary. You see, he's being very hesitant actually going through the wave.
But this mid lane, Fnatic certainly keeping very good control of it. As Miracle at just a second dead. And Kuro, he's got the shackles, but he's got to be careful himself. As with the Splinter Blast on the right click, he gets brought down very low. Will survive, but Arbed having this fantastic backup in play from Pilot Eyes Wyvern. It's securing in the mid lane, and I think we are seeing potentially one of the answers to the Huskar. Just get the Clinks mid. It's very good with that high physical damage output.
Yeah, I mean, the level 2 as well as that big jump forward, because now it's like no one goes to Skeleton Walk or Leech. You pretty much go 2-3 or 3-2. You just skip that Skeleton Walk.
And it's one of those, you know, a lot of the times where you get bullied out of the lane because the Huskar opponent is going to be able to orb walk you. At this stage, in the early levels, the Clinks will just out DPS you, sort of orb walking you away from the creep wave.
And he's got vision advantage as the Clinks too, because they dewarded early on. So he's going to get Miracle up on the high ground over and over again when he steps up. And Universe is free farming top too.
Yeah.
So, again, Fnatic, they've got the start that they want.
Yeah, even though Liquid made those sort of altercations to the side lanes. And then top lane, mind control. He's getting gone on. He has got a purification. He'll be fine. Universe, at this stage, I didn't quite have the Raid 5 Blast back online.
Skeletons will chase mind control. Skeletons hurt. Mind control. Problem pretty low.
Oh. Well, that's spooky.
Oh. Mind control.
He's dead. The Skeletons have done it.
And mid. Abed. He's pretty tanky.
Oh, the creep got shackled.
GH is gonna not drop the stick.
The Weaver tail.
Pi. Uphill miss.
What is going on in this mid lane? We're
my
seeing this
goodness.
is back a few patches. We've got 5 heroes mid at minute 3. All kicking off in the mid lane here between Arbet, Piladai, and Miracle Kuroki.
Oh, I can't believe my control died like that. That was pretty funny. DJ just taking advantage.
Yeah. The shadow realm. Okay. In the distance. Mid lane again. They do get the shackle. This time it's on target. GH is there with the magic missile holding on. And they've got the control. They do find the kill this time. Liquid.
So it looks like they're going to play this way. Because Matu now bottom, he's got this level advantage, and they're getting heroes low across the map. So Matu versus Envy. Envy's definitely going to struggle quite a lot here. So yeah, GH and Kuroki have to be making those moves around. It's that mid lane. That Miracle is getting just chunked down and constantly. This Blightstone right clicks.
It adds up. Miracle just having to ferry sounds out to himself. Keep himself in the lane on the side. GH trying for the wraparound, but Piladai there with the positioning. Keeping tabs on him, making it very hard for Liquid to sort of get away with that similar sort of wraparound play. One lane, Matumba Man. Being pulled down very low there by Envy. Obviously with the sort of the attention drawn towards mid, Envy now having a much better time down bottom now. He's only got to deal with one hero.
Yeah, he had a good like creep wave push coming through, and he got the bugs on Matu, so he was able to actually put the pressure out. I think GH should know that there's a ward here now on this high ground that he is coming from, because Pi instantly reacts to it.
Top lane. They're going to mind control. Has got the repel as well as the purification. Will be enough to allow him to back off, but of course because of this pressure from DJ and Universe, he is not getting much out of the lane at all. Only 10 CS on the Omni Knight, and as you can see, Universe 30 for 14 on his Wraith King, having a flawless time up top. 2-2. Control. Trying to come out again onto DJ. Just had the Mango and the spells available. Kuro's going to be there as well for this fight. Kuro's looking to be the one in trouble though. As Piladai just starts to get the slow upon him. Universe closing in. Has got the stun back up in a second. Chucks out the Wraith Fire Blast. Ramble down as well. So no escape for Kuroki. As Fnatic themselves another kill. 5 for 1.
Similar to last game.
They seem to be very good at playing the lanes for now. Even in sort of situations where both games, this is against a Huskar lineup in game 2, it's against a Broodmother lineup in game 1. But they're able to play the lanes and sort of bully the weaknesses of these heroes that we've seen time and time again in the past just to absolutely roll over teams.
Yeah, I'm loving Pi's play so far this game. He's just incredibly active even on a hero like Wyvern. He just reacts very quickly to the movements from Liquid, and his warding's been on point. Same thing with the sentries. You see him just constantly moving around, trying to make plays happen. There's a sentry in mid lane, sentry on the usual ward spot, and sentry already up top. So just preparing for everything. And yeah, look at this move toward top. Mind control may get brought down. Just out of range.
I'm safe. And TJ works back a bit again. Just so much space being made for Universe up top.
Yeah. And because of this, because of forcing so much movements, like you said, it gives Envy that freedom down bottom to actually be a ranged Weaver, lane dominator versus a Bloodseeker.
All 3 cores of the Fnatic certainly feeling like they're going to come online at a better pace in comparison to the pace that the cores of Liquid want to. You know, you have this Huskar, and Miracle, he did not have that great start. He's 0-3-1, died 3 times in the laning stage with the dual pressure that both Piladai and Arbet were piling onto it.
Now he's doing ancient. Very nice camp for himself there too, so he can use Burning Spears to farm it faster.
Lane trying to get on mind control. It's been a bit of a tricky kill to go for, obviously being the only knight with the repel and the purification. And again, mind control will be safe. But in terms of keeping Fnatic off the tier 1 top, it's very hard for mind control to do on his own. Fnatic pushing in. You get the Brave Fire Blast. Kuro's going to be there with the potential backup. We'll look towards mind control, but the Bramble and the right click there for the Shadow Realm, bringing mind control down very low. He will manage to get away as Kuro looks to give his life, as he will hold back Universe. Fnatic simply turn their attention towards the Shaman instead and will take his life. Kuroki will fall. Mind control does manage to get himself back to safety, but he is going to have to take the long walk back to base.
Oh, that's for the good of the team. Kuro just constantly tanking that. Abed mid versus Miracle. Miracle will be okay.
Get back in the game.
Are those cracks in
towards the mid lane to help out Miracle.
Wanted to go for Envy down here.
They get the Brave Wave of Terror upon him. A little too deep beneath the tower for them to go for, especially with Piladai coming in, having an extra backup for Envy. So with that,
Dire's top tower is
the Wyvern around with that time lapse, of course, now online for Envy, a very tricky kill to find. Top lane, 8 minutes in, Fnatic find the tier 1 tower.
So I was wondering what Wraith King builds we're going to be seeing. So it just looks like Tread, Soul Ring into Blink. I've been hearing some rumors about the Dominator. because you buff up your spiders and you act like the split pushing beast, but Universe wants to be acting as an initiator to start the fights for his team. And I think it suits perfect with what his lineup has.
Kuro's heading out. A little careful. They could try for Universe, but Universe, of course,
Hey,
he's got Reincarnate. It's, yeah, with the two of them, with close behind him. Very hard kill to find. Bottom lane.
Someone
They're very
better help
under-leveled on
Dire's middle
Liquid. There's the
tower.
level 4 Shadow Shaman, level 5 Omni, there's a level 7 Wraith King.
Look, we can see on the individual net worth, Mind Control's Omni, very poor. Only 1800. On the similar level of farm to that of the supports on Fnatic.
Miracle's actually just been in this the triangle, you know, the dire triangle we call, for the last 4 minutes or so, just trying to farm back up. Level 7 now already, and has 2 components for that armlet. So not slowed down that much. He's pretty much same level as the Clinks, maybe 1 level behind, but decent recovery
Radiant's
for dying
bottom
3
tower
times.
is
I mean, this is what we saw obviously in game 1. Sort of.
See you, GH.
GH.
Oh.
Oh, TP, is it gonna pay off? It is not. It's just
Radiant's
there as the
bottom
shield
tower
she's
is
back on that
under
front.
attack.
To get himself the kill. But yeah, game 1, we saw the 10-minute mark. It was more sort of like a 7k advantage for Fnatic. This game not nearly as size, but only a 2k lead at the moment. So absolutely every chance that Liquid are going to be able to make that recovery story happen. We saw them do it with heroes that may have struggled, like a Brood. Last game from Matumba did have a very punished start. At the same time round, this game we have Miracle suffered in the laning stage. Definitely the potential to make that comeback happen, as we've seen Liquid do many times before.
I mean, this one though, it's not like the pressure isn't there. I feel like in the last game when you're playing as Fnatic and you see the Spectre and the game starts ticking, you have that like ticking time bomb. You start feeling it, the pressure. Well, on this one, it's not like that as much. Sure, like Huskar and Bloodseeker are still very strong, but Mind Control trying to get himself these bounties. Now gonna just run, trying to
May
make some
cost him his
space.
life. Yeah, look at the curse ground.
There we
To
go.
another Raid Fire Blast if necessary. And there we go, lays it down. Another kill for Universe. 1700 towards that Blink Dagger. It's going to be so this 11-12 minute mark. Blink Dagger on this offlane Wraith King. He is having a glorious time. The
Dire's
dust is
middle
out onto
tower
Envy, but he's
isn't
already
going to
out of
last
there.
long.
Can't quite find the lockdown required. As Envy makes his way back to safety. Bottom lane, Piladai is trying to find himself that level 6, so he's going to be ready for the team fights.
That's why we see Envy being so active right now. I think that's probably one of the biggest things I see Envy do is like he either hits the jungle or just starts making moves around the map to make sure that his supports can get, or in particular Pi, gets that level 6 at a good early timing. Getting him just some farm right here. Miracle does have the armlet finished.
And look, I wonder if we'll go with this. Interesting, as you said, item builds for Clinks at the moment, pretty much up in the air. The straight Monkey King bar rush.
Guess he's expecting the halberds and whatnot to come out for the Miracle Huskar.
Evasion's
So
gonna be there.
okay, like we said, like I've heard from all players. I've heard different builds. That's why I'm very intrigued to be seeing this. I even asked. Actually, I'll use this right here because I actually asked Miracle like a couple of hours ago, and he said he doesn't really know exactly what the build is. They're all kind of still experimenting to feel what's best. But we've seen, like we said, Medallion, Hex, Deso, and Orchid. I guess now an MKB run. Power push mid. Got the wards placed down by Liquid. Slow it down a bit here. They're even bringing Universe, who I believe has the blink. He does. They've got that way to start the fight.
So the opening Universe going in. They have managed to kill off the Huskar straight away. There was no sort of save out in time from
Dire's top tower
Liquid.
is under
As
attack.
indeed, Fnatic just jumped forward. They clean up 2. The tier 1 will be safe for now. And now they can put some pressure on themselves.
Come and be judged fairly.
In the
Are
fights
those
as such, I
cracks
believe
in
that
Dire's top
DJ there with
tower?
a very nice sort of fear, making it very hard for really Liquid to find the position. Because that's the problem. You know, as an Omni Knight, well, some of your spells, they're not the greatest of cast range.
Yeah.
You've got to be very careful when
Dire
there's the
have
Dark Will
fortified
in
their
the game. But how
structures.
do you sort of get close enough to your core to have that sort of last minute save? You've either got to throw it out straight away, you've either got to throw it out yourself, maybe
Dire's
repel yourself so you
middle
can get
tower just
purification
went
out.
down.
It's very hard to play the sort of melee well, obviously you're not a support, so he's falling behind in net worth, but in terms of having the saves, you know, having your offlaner be the save, like how does he do it in this sort of a game with DJ getting out the pierces?
Uh-oh.
Not much
Kuro,
good.
TP's to the shrine,
Radiant's
and he's
bottom
dead.
tower.
Tried to looks like he maybe wanted to get some wards up, but it's 11-1 already. Map control by Fnatic.
It is getting crazy. It's just so hard to sort of write Liquid out of a game after you saw what they did
beating on
game one.
Dire's
Like, this
top
is the thing.
tower.
There is, of course, there's this
Radiant's
lead for
bottom tower's
Fnatic.
got problems.
But so that was as well game 1.
Yeah, it's just this one, you know, we touched upon how there's a
Not
lot
much
of
good's
short
happening to
range on
Radiant's
Liquid.
bottom
Pretty
tower.
much, 3 melee, and
Radiant's
also
top tower is under
Venge and
attack.
Shadow Shaman aren't the
Radiant's
longest
bottom
range heroes
tower
either,
is
and they're going
falling.
not only into Wyvern, but into that Willow, as you're talking about. So those AoE abilities
They're
can
beating
really
on
start to
Dire's
play a big
top
factor once
tower.
those team fights coming out, as we just saw.
Dire's snow
Even
fortified
though it was
their
like not really,
structures.
it's a team fight, but it's like the team fight's done after the first like 3 seconds.
Sure, it was a fight that
Are
Liquid
those
sort of got
cracks
themselves
in
caught in and
Dire's
then
top
didn't
tower?
want to stick around.
Radiant's bottom
Themselves out.
tower is under attack.
Done the kingdom a service.
Almost has the blade mail.
Dire's
Looks like
top
it's just going to
tower
be a
is under
Crimson Guard
attack.
rush for
Dire's top
mind
tower
control.
has
It's
fallen.
majority physical damage coming out from
They're
Fnatic.
going to try again for this tier 1. See if they get away with it this time. TPs are coming through from Fnatic. Miracle on the front lines, repelled up. Will have to back away. Universe, he's in. Straight away with the Raid Fire Blast. They're swapping GH, trying to keep Miracle safe. Still will get caught up by the Splinter Blast so alone. As you can see with the team, they're just ignoring GH and going straight for Miracle. The physical damage isn't enough. They've got the Curse Crown. There's the back of the Mind Control. Matsuma Man tries to turn with the Rocha, but there's the Winter's Curse coming out, catching the 3 of them, holding them in place. Miracle, the armor, Toggle's still alive, but no, he finally pops. They've taken down Miracle. Universe will get taken down the once, but he's got the Reincarnate. He's ready to come back for a second
Double
round.
kill.
3 dead on Liquid. They just can't win these fights. 14-1. As Fnatic very close to having the Demon Edge on Arbet. This Monkey King bot, the pace that he's going to get it.
I think Liquid has to just not like wait to take these fights when they have some more levels. Like my control only was level 7 in those fights, so he's got 4 points in Purify and 2 in Repel, but that's not really displaying the power that Omni can really have in these fights. Like the Repel comes out and then they have to make something happen as that Repel happens, but they can't. They can't actually just straight up start the fight like Fnatic can with a blink stun. They don't have that option just yet.
I mean, the more you think about it as well, the more annoying a Wraith King offlane is, right? Because how do you deal with this hero, right? You've got sort of this offlane hero that, you say off, but he's second highest on the net worth. This is a massive problem. As we saw, you can kill him once, but the sort of time it takes to kill him twice, that's more than enough time for a Klinks to rip through half of your team.
Yeah, and Klinks, we saw there, he can just kill in one disable for the most part against a lot of these heroes. Throwing a Weaver bug on top, and I mean, he's about to have MKB finished. So that's even, you know, we talked about how he's going to get evasion on the Huskar that Halberd, but there's already going to be an MKB done.
I was going to say, it's not a lot of games where you see a Huskar sort of be a whole halberd away from having a halberd when there's a Monkey King bar in the game. You know?
Yeah.
This is quite the pickup
Will break.
from Arbet. Bottom lane mind control.
The team fights
Let's rip out.
the team fights really just feel like it's going to be so difficult for Liquid to actually take. They have to get it through like 1-by-1 pickoffs or just some miraculous save on Miracle if they do want to take these fights. Just on paper, like looking at it, like with Wyvern and Willow, the team fight's already just better unless the Omni Knight gets like perfect spell usage off. So I think GH swaps on Miracle. They need to watch how they clump and have mind control in the right positions. It's going to be tough.
I mean, it really just feel like the draft of Fnatic this game is... I don't know if Liquid drafted the best way to deal with it.
It's
It feels
very
like they're
single
struggling.
target.
Like,
Liquid's
for
very
Liquid,
single
how do
target.
they actually go about getting these kills? It's just that they have lockdown in the form of the Shaman, but they've got very elusive heroes on...
I think they just want
Fnatic's
to play.
lineup.
They want to play with an Aegis. They want to be
So
playing
hard.
with a Roche, but they smoke, and Abed is already walking directly into them. Like that's usually the theme of the game when you're with a Huskar is getting that Roche. But then I look at it like the Shadow Shaman, the Venge, and the Huskar on top. It's just like screaming Roshan. But into Fnatic's lineup, it's tough.
They do get the Rupture onto Envy. He'll keep himself out of the Blood Riot and not be baited into using his time lapse. He'll be able to keep his distance and TP back to base safely. Again, sort of just a lack of strong, hard initiation from Liquid that could set up them for kills. Bottom lane, mind control pretty deep. Gonna go for the Repel and TP out. Universe turns up to the lane to clean up the farm.
It does look like Liquid decided that the fights, they need to split up and just make sure that they're heroes right now at this point, because you see GH starts farming, he's level 8 now. Omni Knight, Mind Control, farming bottom, level 10. You see that big jump up in levels
Radiant have
instantly from
fortified
them just
their
splitting up.
structures.
Matu and Kuroki poised top rather than taking fights, so
Radiant's top tower
they are starting to
is
get
under
their resources back into play, but still 7k advantage for Fnatic, and they're not really letting up this time. They're looking to keep the pressure on constant.
Killing spree.
Oh, he gets him in.
Enemy.
Oh, DJ.
And he's got a Spirit Vessel already.
He's going to get that kill too there. DJ with the foresight to set up for that second kill, the big one as well. Finding Matumba Man with the fear, cancelling his TP. I think this may be one of those heroes that you just don't want to let DJ to have. as 507 on the Dark Willow. You're not killing him, and he is setting up for the big kills as well.
And now they're making their way in that rush. Liquid, they really want this, but I don't think they can contest this by any means. It's dying far too fast to Abed and Envy. And Envy's even got a Maelstrom on top too. Envy, sure, he didn't die in the lane at all. He was left alone, but he's completely farmed up.
Radiant's bottom tower is
That
under
most a bit of an injury, not necessarily the most common sort of damage item for a Weaver you see gone for. I mean, why do you think he does go for that? It's on paper, you're going to get a proc with the Geminate, that's likely.
You still do a lot of damage. I mean, it's probably still one of the best damage items for a Weaver, and you can split push better.
Yeah.
He's just more concerned just about being farmed in this game, it looks like. Because his teammates are making a lot of the plays, what we've been seeing. Like the Wraith King as well as... I mean, Wraith King and Willow have been making a lot of the plays, but Highlight die 1-0 and 11 on this Winter Wyvern.
I mean, they're all having a fantastic. They say 17-1, as we saw down there. GH getting picked off. Mid lane, just classic Dark Willow things as Dark Willow solo bullies a core out of the lane.
He's got a Vessel so early on in the game. He can just keep Vesseling this Huskar and making his life miserable.
Yeah, same level as the Huskar as well. Level 12 on the Dark Willow.
Yeah. DJ's always high level.
He's having a fantastic time.
Content with.
All right, okay.
Having a bit. He had the Blade Mail queued. I did see
the Blade Mail Weaver. That is something different.
Envy always queues up items, don't change. Okay. Remember.
I want to see the Blade Mail. I mean, it's the
he runs with the Blade Mail and then he time lapses.
I guess that's what it is.
There you go.
That's the thing. It's like, aha, you think that I'm buying Blade Mail on a hero with 1k HP? No.
I have
1k times 2 is 3k.
He'll change it.
2k.
I hope he doesn't change it.
Is under attack.
Fun.
I hope it
Oh god.
Mail,
That's a DD Abed. All right, Clink's hitting for 400. It's an MKB.
Dire's bottom tower needs some help. It looks like
And another
Dire
MKB being built by
destruction.
Universe, of course, just all trying to deal with that itemization.
Mega
Beat that
kill.
evasion.
Dire's bottom tower is being chipped
GH.
away. Dire's bottom tower has shattered to
tower.
little pieces.
The middle lane. Miracle and Mind Control, not really two that he wants to go on
Dire's
alone,
bottom
but the backup
tower
is on its way.
chipped away.
Twin to Blast won't quite catch out Miracle, but Envy looking to lead in. But Mind Control is sort of separated here. The stun from Universe is to me there's no chance of really Mind Control getting up in range of Miracle. The fit again coming out onto the two of the Miracle will try for the TP as he had here, but there's the Winter's Curse coming out from Pilot Eye, holding both Miracle up and Mind Control in place as Fnatic will easily clean up both of them.
And there's another part of the Willow combo I actually didn't even say either. Is the curse into just the Curse Crown. Yeah, curse him and then you get a stun right afterwards anyway. And that is scales up to a 3.5-second stun.
I was gonna say, it's this hero, there's not a bad trait of Dark Willow, it doesn't feel. Every spell's amazing. Especially, as we say, in the hands of DJ. And there it is, the Blade Mail Weaver. To see it live in action.
Yeah, he did it. Okay, nice. Oh, bottom, Matu.
He's got a Blade Mail. So that will sort of put Arbet off from going straight for the kill.
Under attack.
He's gonna show his face again. He's got the swap from GH. Okay, the counterplay. They're looking to sort of bait Arbet into this with the magic missile. They may have just managed to outplay Arbet. Is Arbet now surrounded? Will try for the TP out. Is he going to make it? He is. Arbet gets out. DJ's coming. He wants to kill off into a man. Repels them from mind control. And DJ as well. He's shadow round. He TP's out. They both escape and draw the attention of four members of Liquid down towards that bottom lane that don't find any action at all.
I can't believe Arbet lives there.
Very, very, I mean, it's 20 to 1, 22 minutes in. I know that last game, we saw Fnatic throw away quite a sizable advantage. Surely that's not happening this game. This is something now.
They've got the items to counter the Huskar before he's even, I mean, now he's starting to get closer to it, but look again. No hesitation. Fnatic has so much map control, just always looking for Miracle. They've got the control, the damage. Will he get in range of the shrine? Envy though.
Envy.
But he's got not the Aegis.
He's got the Aegis. And he's got that blade bow ready for round 2. Universe to the side. He's got the stun onto GH. GH is gone. That's going to be a double after he picked up Miracle, of course, down towards the Dallas jungle. Kuro held back by the Winter's Curse, cancelling the TP. And Arbet, he's already looking for the rest of the side. Look at the Ray Fire Blast done out on the Super Timberman. The damage from Arbet enough to finish him off. Kuro's still on the run, but Envy and Pilot Eye ready to chase as it looks like Mind Control was the only one to successfully get himself out
Mega
of this
kill.
terrible, terrible place
Double
for Liquid
kill.
to find themselves, and a double kill for Envy's picked up. 24-1. Fnatic absolutely stomping Liquid here in this game too.
Yeah, they just can't get any way to actually take fights versus Fnatic. They just keep having to split up. They never can be clumped as 5 versus this because of how really the lanes and everything went. Yeah, it's just Fnatic in full control.
Someone better
Liquid
help
got
Dire's middle tower.
good wards up in the meanwhile a bit ago, a couple minutes ago, but doesn't really help them actually take the fights. Sure, they'll know where the fights might be happening, but their heroes just aren't at
Dire's
that
middle
point yet.
tower isn't going to last long.
Fully countered too. Even when the Huskar gets his item, I think the MKB is almost done on Universe as well, so 2 of them.
We'll see this replay again as Envy sort of baits them
Dire's bottom
in
tower
as they
is
go
under
forward
attack.
to pop the Aegis. But little do they know that Fnatic was ready and raring to fight straight after the Aegis was taken out of the
Dire
hands of
have
Envy as
fortified
they
their
strike back
structures.
hard, cleaning up 4 of the 5 of
Dire's
Liquid.
bottom tower is under attack.
Lead just continues to grow. 15k net worth advantage now, 22,000 in experience.
Dire just denied their bottom tower.
As Liquid are going to have to pull out something quite phenomenal to swing this one around against a Tricore, Clinks, Wraith King and Weaver, all 3 heroes scaling very, very nicely as the game goes on. There, as you pointed out earlier, there's no sort of Spectre-esque hero on Liquid's lineup as they had in game 1.
I think they just have to be playing behind each other now. Like you're getting split up, you're getting picked off too much. I mean, it's 24-1. They have to be sitting as a unit. But look at this Pi again. The vision from Pi in both games has been phenomenal. 1-0-15 on the Wyvern. He sees all of Liquid poised here. Pi actually smokes himself, trying to find some wrap here.
He's going to open up onto Matumba. Drops the Winter's Curse. Doesn't look like they're actually going to look to follow up on it though. As Pi, he'll try for a TP out, will make it. Will not be found in the tree line. So it looks like Fnatic didn't really want to commit for that fight there.
No, I mean, Envy was pushing top for quite a while already.
Yeah.
And Liquid they could see Envy pushing top. They had all these wards, just seeing him run through the lane as well. They were just trying to get any type of pick off there to get back up. Because they are, as we said, like 5-manning now. They are just sitting behind this Huskar with the new Evans Halberd.
Radiant's
Scan
bottom tower
right
is
on the
under
high ground
attack.
there. They know that Liquid's up.
No at all, Fnatic.
Great read to the map.
Remain
Pi.
high.
Not much good's happening
Found
to
out by the way
Radiant's
for
bottom
Terra.
tower.
On the side though here, very deep, pushing the 2 of them back. They're ready to commit as Arbet pops the BKB, looks towards Matumbaman. Matumbaman will keep the distance, but Miracle, he's in trouble.
Leading
Curse
on
Crown
Dire's
kicks
top
in,
tower.
he'll get surrounded. He does have the repellent backup as he will to try and man him onto Arbet, but the damage is not there. He'll jump himself across to Envy, but Envy
Double kill.
still alive, keeping himself fine with the time lapse. They've lost 4 on Liquid, and they're going to lose more. They chase down there onto mind control as he heads towards the entrance, asks them to take it, but there's no chance as the damage is too high from Universe. Grabbing the triple kill. A team wipe 29-1
Someone
now
better help
for
Dire's middle
Fnatic
tower.
against Liquid. I don't think Fnatic can throw this game.
I don't think that it
Dire's
just
middle
feels
tower
is
impossible. They've got
They're
all the,
so far ahead.
the 3 cores, they have MKB. So that fresh Halberd was countered before he even got it, but now it's even more so countered. And they just, they can't take any fight. They can't take any fights by any means. Even if they have
Dire's
everybody
middle
there, it just
tower
seems
is under attack.
impossible.
Certainly looks like Fnatic did their preparation here for TI. This first series, sure, game 1, they
Dire's
lost, but
middle
at the
tower
same
has
time, we
fallen.
saw a lot of sort of positives.
They
from
looked
Fnatic
great in the
They're
first
starting,
15 minutes. It was
they just let it slip. This is what happens when Fnatic don't let it slip. It just is absolute destruction.
such crisp plays. I mean, I'm just gonna keep reading Pi's score because his warding for me has been a really big point of them being able to make a lot of these plays.
Every time the Winter's Curse is the fears from DJ, so much to just stop these sort of little plays happening like that, as we saw the Miracle trying for the kill. And so as we can see, what the goal distribution from both teams, all I can see is there's a lot more of the chart on Fnatic's side than there was of Liquid.
In every category.
There wasn't much of a chart on Liquid's side.
In last hits, it's Fnatic. In kills, Fnatic. In every single tiny thing, it's been Fnatic. Towers, etc. Liquid, this might be the last hurrah. Trying to see what they can catch here. Universe will break it.
Yeah, and he's out straight away. So Fnatic, no. Fnatic, no. And of course, Universe with that skeleton's attack damage talent. The army is ready to roll. try and lead in with the Rupture, but again, you're rupturing a Willow. Shadow Ground with the TP out. He's fine. DJ's back. Doesn't, of course, TP all the way back. He's at the tier 2, so he's still ready to join the fight if it kicks off.
Maybe they try for the Roche. They have very little options that they can actually do. It's either take a fight, try to win it, or, I mean
surely
Roche,
they
need Aegis and She's, but this is going to be really hard to take. Fnatic has ways to get vision in the pit easily with the bugs.
Universe is just draining. Given the vision, looking for the chance to open up. He does get turned upon, and with the magic immunity, they'll be able to take him down once. On the side, Envy poking and prodding at GH, and that's going to be DJ finishing on Kuroki. Envy ready to go back in as the buyback is coming out, but there's no buyback from Miracle. He's dead for 50 seconds. DJ being chased down by Matuma Man, but Matuma Man at the same time having to be careful as Envy holding the chase. DJ, the snipe, gets the pick off. And that will be Roshan falling into the hands of Fnatic. GH, he should fall as well. The Curse Crown holding him down. DJ dancing around him, picking up the triple kill. It just doesn't stop for this point. 9-0-13 on the Willow this game.
Everybody score on the side of Fnatic. It's 34-1. It'll happen.
It's 34-1.
Such crisp plays coming out all around from them. Liquid just don't seem to have a dog in this fight at all.
I mean, I know it's sometimes you see ups and downs from TI winners at the past, but have we ever seen a TI winner turn up and get 34-1 in the first series of the next one? I don't think so. It's a rough time for Liquid. But at the same time, it doesn't feel like Liquid are playing terrible. It just feels like Fnatic are playing fantastically. Sort of the draft decisions, the lane decisions, and the calls that are being made, that the individual plays. It's 10 out of 10 across the board from Fnatic at the moment.
Yeah, the teamwork is excellent too. It's just like it doesn't seem like that hesitation's coming around, right? Like Pi was, in the beginning of the game, let's say like Pi was the Wyvern, he's walking from top rune, and they start making an aggressive play mid. Instead of walking that extra like 20 seconds it would have taken him to be there, he instantly just teleported. Like the decision making is very, very top notch right now by Fnatic. Not giving Liquid any extra breathing room in this game. While usually what we talked about in the last game, right? Sometimes it tends to be when Fnatic has these big leads, they sometimes start backing off, start farming. This game, no. It was like this Willow, the Wraith King, the Wyvern, all looking for aggressive plays.
That's some open AI level of confidence here from the numbers. 99% win probability here for Fnatic. I mean, I admire that. You know, you look at the numbers, but it is Fnatic. I think 98. You know,
98. Take it down a little.
I'd take it down a little bit. We've seen some crazy back and forth from Fnatic in the past.
It's true. Who's the only one with? It's Abed's the only one with the death, right? Yeah, it's just Abed.
Oh, Abed. Well, he had a good run.
Miracle.
Dire's bottom tower.
Still a lot of damage coming through. We'll be okay for now.
Oh, the bait.
Envy.
Okay, they've got the Aegis. It's back from round 2. The heal, keeping Miracle alive here very nicely. Mind control. They'll turn. They've got the Shadow Shower Wolf down. Universe. They'll get popped once. The Reincarnate on the side. The Fear trying to push back Liquid. Liquid still yet to lose anyone. The Winter's Curse might do something about that. He does hold Matuma Man in place. No, Matuma, he's fine. Sorry, Mind Control's held. Mind Control's out. Universe jumps in with a Brave Fire Blast. Envy into the midst of it all, but there's the jump forward Miracle, but there's a cold break save. Highlight up, keeping Envy safe. Now the cleanup happens as Liquid lose 4. Willow there with the chase down. They'll tap out. It's enough. 38-1. 39.
DJ, I mean, when you see that moment right there, DJ just blinks and hexes you. You're like, wait, Willow has a hex and a blink and a vessel, and he's level 20. Look at the